YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. As always, a quick thank you to everyone for all the support, for helping me grow the channel. You guys already know you're part of the best damn community here on YouTube, without a doubt. Really quick announcement. My shipment from Bullion has arrived, and if you missed my community post, they've asked me to do a review of some of their stuff. So I'll probably launch that video by this coming Saturday, so please be sure to check that out. Show up in force. You're going to love the stuff they sent. Seriously. Very nice silver. So let's give them a good show. Anyway, if you've been stacking for any amount of time, there's a pretty good chance you've made some smart buys with all that knowledge you've earned, right? But I think it's safe to say that a good majority of us have also made a mistake or 12 here and there while we've been growing our stack. Now, maybe not all of us, but I'm pretty sure we've been guilty of buying something at some point that was against our better judgment and went ahead with it anyway. So in today's video, I'm going to go over some silver that I've personally bought in the past, but won't touch now if I had to do it all over again. And that being said, you already know it.
Let's freaking roll it!
Alright, so the first silver I'm not touching right now is only due to price, and it's what you see here. I call these the big three. That's Silver Eagles, Libertads, and Pandas. Now, I have quite a few Eagles and Libertads, but most of those were stacked when prices were much more reasonable. But I literally won't touch them at the moment, especially Libs and Pandas. You can still find Eagles at a decent premium if you search long and hard. So what's keeping me away from these right now is very simple. Premiums. Very high cost. I've spent the majority of 2024 stacking Morgans and Mercury Dimes, so I'm taking a break from those and I'm back to stacking weight with, lower tier government stuff like Maples, which I love. And Britannias, I haven't bought any in a while, but used to love stacking these until the famous Milkmaid incident of 2023. If you guys are buying Britannias, let me know in the comments how your 2024 Brits are holding out. I'd love to be able to go back to stacking them because, well, they're my favorite GovBack bullion design out there in the entire lot. So I'm avoiding Eagles, Pandas, and Libertads due to premiums. The next silver I'm avoiding is Colorized Silver. These are everywhere. You've seen them in the coin shops. They're doing them to just about every bullion coin, to include Morgans and Walking Liberty halves, and you name it, they're colorizing them. I'm staying away from these. I've picked up a few along the way, like this Maple and this Silver Eagle, because the design appealed to me. I'm not even going to lie, that appealed to me. I didn't pay more than what an Eagle or Maple would go for, and it's a good thing too because that design pretty much makes them worthless. Let's face it, unless it's something like that Narcos series of Libertads that sold last year. I mean, those sold pretty high and they maintained their value because they were so limited. But this is one type of silver that I just stay away from. Yes, some of them are very limited. Yes, most of them have some amazingly sweet freaking designs. No, don't expect anyone but possibly yourself to go crazy over them and break the bank to buy it from you. Some love this stuff, and that's okay. It really is. I believe in buying whatever makes you happy. It's our money. We do what we want with it. But just know going in that these aren't feasible for stack. They're not stacking coins. Just strictly for collecting. And keep in the back of your mind that resale on them might not be all that great. Next up, Fractional Silver. This one really brings out everybody's opinion on them. It's really a fierce battle between love them, hate them, for sure. Yeah, I know some of you guys love this stuff, and again, it's all good. We stack what we love, right? It's no one's business but our own in the end. Doesn't matter what I say or anybody on YouTube says. It's our business, it's our money. Now that said, I personally, and this is me, I don't touch any kind of fractional silver. I just happen to have these from various deals over the years. Especially those prepper bags that SD Bullion and their YouTube minions were pushing not too long ago at incredibly overpriced premiums. I mean, that's just the reality of small silver. Look, bottom line is this. Right now, silver is still an affordable asset by the ounce. There's no reason for me to pay high premiums for tiny silver. And again, that's me personally. I can hear some of you now. What if silver were to shoot the moon in price? You'll want divisible silver by then, won't you? Yeah, sure. That makes sense. An ounce of silver might be more than we need for some kind of barter situation or just something to sell at that point. So would I consider fractional silver then? Absolutely, but only in mercury dimes. To me, this is the best fractional silver out there because other than some key dates, it isn't a favor to the Chinese to fake. It just doesn't make sense for them to counterfeit a coin that sells for $2 to $3 a piece here in the U.S. Also, the Merc is a design that's very recognizable but out of circulation, and that gives it an advantage over those pre-65 silver rosies because that design is still in use today. So, without going on and on, Mercs are my personal choice for fractional silver. And we can all agree to disagree on this one. There are a lot of proponents for each of them. Category number 4, U.S. Mint issues. All right, so I'll give some credit to these. Some do hold an increase in value for sure, like the proof sets and whatnot. I mean, they just do really well. That's the bottom line. But it is one expensive ounce or two of silver, so you better hope you picked a popular one like, again, those proofs or whatnot. They definitely seem to do well among the collector sector. But here's the thing. Collect them if you like them, but understand one thing. With those high premiums, if the economy were to suddenly tank, then your fancy U.S. Mint silver very likely won't be able to recover the premium that you paid for it. A generic round might end up selling for the same exact price if things go insanely south. I mean, look, I get it. I'm describing an extreme situation that likely won't happen in most of our lifetimes of those watching this video right now, but it's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. Besides, dedicated stackers won't touch this stuff anyway, so this is a moot topic for most of them. They're all about that weight, and they stick to it. This doesn't fit the bill for that, not even one bit. U.S. Mint has come out with some really nice stuff, but to me, I think they've been in a wicked slump for a little more than a decade or so. Could be longer than that in some folks' opinions. But some of the sets do really well. Proof Eagles, Proof Morgans, Peace Dollars, those, that really limited stuff. And they're holding value, so I'll give them credit. But again, this is something that it's a longer hold, and it's not going to make much sense if the economy were to tank. But again, that's probably not going to be something we see in our lifetimes. And the fifth and final silver that I won't touch, slab bullion, specifically the common stuff like these here. Folks, silver eagles are minted in the multi millions. Same with maples, Brits, kangaroos, fills, Krugs. They're all minted in the millions. There's tons of them. There's nothing special about a common bullion coin issued by the government. There are no key dates, no real numismatic value above and beyond the standard value of an eagle or the silver weight that it contains, and nothing that justifies the cost of slabbing them, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, my LCS has a bunch of slab common eagles, and he buys them at the same cost of unslabbed eagles, loose eagles, and he charges maybe $1 or more when he sells them again. He truly does not care about the slabs. They don't move him in any way. So it's probably a bad idea to slab your common silver bullion, because if you think it's going to increase the value, you may be in for a rude awakening. I run into these folks all the time online. They think because their eagles are on a Bradford slab that they're going to shoot the moon someday, and they're hanging on to them until they do. Get back to me in a few years and let's see how those Bradford eagles are doing, all right? Bradford is terrible. Not only did you overpay for it if you have one from Bradford, but they're cheap slabs. They're not impressing anybody. So good luck with that. But what about legit slabs like NGC, PCGS, Annex, and others? Honestly, folks, I've seen no difference in price if they were just common eagles. Some will try to sell them online at elevated prices, but most coin shops are buying the coin, not the slab. And that'll reflect when you go to sell them. Unless you go through a private sale, peer-to-peer, with another stacker or collector who absolutely wants what you have. Other than that, don't be shocked if your slab bullion doesn't sell for much more than a loose one. All right, there you have it, folks. I've shown you 5 types of silver that I avoid at all costs, but I know there are a ton more out there, so be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what silver you're avoiding. You guys know I love going through the comments, so make sure you sound off. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode, but in the meantime, oh yeah, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to start.
right. Get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. I am out of here. Peace. See you on Sunday, or maybe Saturday.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Oh, yes. And what was that beginning, middle, and end part again?